Welcome to Dirt, Sweat, and Gears, your vista for vehicular vanity. Just kidding. Have you seen my cars? Come on. We are here in the second story of my garage and ADU project, not for any particular reason, just because I wanted to be here because I'm really excited about this project. One of the challenges that this construction project has brought me is that on a day like today, it's actually gorgeous day. I have a few hours to spare, but on a day like today, with all of this going on, but no active construction because it's the weekend, I need something to do, but I can't start something that's too involved because come Monday, I need to get out of everyone's way. So that's why you've seen me work on the trailer. That's why you've seen me do more work on the trailer. And that's why today we're going to do light work on the Prelude. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I took the Prelude to the Japanese Classic Car Show, and that was a lot of fun. But at the same time, taking it there identified some opportunities for me to make some improvements on the car for the next car show. The first being I'm updating my storytelling techniques, and that's just because the story of my car ended up being really interesting. People loved hearing about it way more than I thought they would. So I am adjusting my poster board to help tell the story a little bit better. I'm also bringing back the binder folder to tell a different story about the car. So I'm kind of like using these two different mediums to tell a more complete story about the car to anyone that's interested. So really cool thing that I was able to do, just to be able to take it to a show, to learn from the experience, and to make improvements for the next show. And another thing I wanted to do was do a little bit more cleaning because, let's face it, no one wants to see a dirty-ass car. Now, there's only so much I can do considering I have such a big dirt driveway. It's like as soon as I pull the car out, the undercarriage is going to get dirty. I'm not going to clean that. I mean, come on. But if I want to pop the hood at a car show, which obviously I do, I also want to have a clean engine bay because I want to be proud of what I'm showing off. Now, a popular trend that I've been seeing with all of the famous YouTubers has been dry ice blasting. Everybody is dry ice blasting their cars to get it perfectly clean. And here's the thing with dry ice blasting. It's really expensive. The machine costs $30,000. And if you want to pay someone to do it who already has the machine, you're spending like $2,000. So for me, a regular guy, that's just not feasible. There is an older method for cleaning engine bays, and that is steam cleaning. Before dry ice blasting became the big thing, steam cleaning was the thing. And you could take your car to a shop to have them steam clean it for somewhere around 75 bucks. But I decided to buy a steam cleaner for $130 or something like that from Harbor Freight. And we're going to give that a try because if it works on my car, I can go clean another car. Like the engine bay of my S10 is filthy. So if I clean 2 engine bays, this thing will have paid for itself and it will get it good enough to present at car shows and not so good that I'll be terrified of driving down a dirt driveway. So let's go downstairs into the garage where the lighting is terrible, and we're going to unbox this steam cleaner that I bought from Harbor Freight. All right, so we're not going to unpackage this thing because I already unpackaged it, as you can see, and because I'm an idiot, I didn't have everything in the frame. So here it is, all in frame, and we're just going to talk about what we have here. First off, I do not yet know how to use this. I did not open the instructions. I didn't even see the instructions. We have obviously the steamer unit itself. We've got a measuring cup to fill the steam unit, which is cool because there's a precise amount of distilled water you're supposed to put in this thing. You're supposed to use distilled water, not regular water. Thankfully, I do have a couple of gallons, so we can get started on this project. And we also have the most adorable little funnel you'll ever see. I mean, how cute is that? And then we have the steam cleaner unit attaches. The hose is just a part of the unit. I could see that becoming a problem as this thing ages. There's a floor unit, which I did not bother unpackaging because we're not going to be doing any kind of hardwood flooring, any kind of floor steaming right now. So these two down here look like they would be really good for doing the interior of this car, which I might do in the coming week or so. And then we've got all these little bristle brush thingies, which these would be really good for the engine bay. This one in particular is wire brush, and then the rest are all plastic brushes. And then this one's a Brillo pad. So that would be really good for the engine bay. And these are extension pieces to go to the floor unit. That thing that I couldn't figure out what it was for, that goes into the floor attachment. So we're not going to touch that. We also don't need to touch the floor cloth or the window. I guess this thing over here, that is for windows. Fill this thing. It says push. All right. All right, let's plug this in and see what happens. This is a pretty thick wire, so I hope I am not overloading my extension cord. All right, so our driver's side shock tower is pretty filthy. I have not cleaned it, obviously, ever. So we're going to start here. Let's just start with this right here. And then we can do like cruise control module, that sort of thing. And then once I go all in on this project, once I'm convinced that this is going to work, I'm going to roll the car back, give myself a little bit more space because it's tight here. And I want to get comfortable. Once we know that this is going to work. The instructions say that the red light will go out when this thing is ready to use. So now we just got to wait. Well, it took about, I don't know, 10 minutes with the lights out, and we are ready to go, I hope. I've got my other light on this thing. I'm going to work in this area to start. I have no idea what to expect. I hope I don't get burned. Whoa. Wow. All right, let's see what that did for this grease. Now, that is for 5 seconds of effort. I think that's pretty good. Oh, wow. Let's change bristles. I want to put a different brush on here. I'm not going to press as hard next time. I'm going to go ahead and put the safety on so that I can grab this thing without burning myself. On the bright side, I'm pretty convinced that this is going to be the tool that I use. Some of the downsides, it's a little slow. This is definitely going to take more time than dry ice blasting, but the amount of money that you save, it's certainly worth it. And then this is actually originally a gold fender, so I'm expecting gold to show up, or brown. So yeah, I'm going to learn my lesson on this brush and not press into it so hard, and just try to let the steam do the work. Oh wow, look at that. We're gonna get the shock tower. I went with the paper variant of towel this time because I could not find a crappy cloth towel. All right, so some of these spots are a little bit tough to reach, and I imagine that's going to be a problem for anyone doing anything. And up here, you see it's not perfect, but you follow that up with a clay bar if you really wanted to, and you would get that perfect. All right, and the other thing is this is literally just steam. I don't even have any kind of degreaser on this, so maybe I want to try that next. Combine the steam with a degreaser. All right, so we've got just a standard degreaser here, and we're going to see how that works along with our steam cleaning. So we've got the shock tower here. We've got some kind of lines that haven't been as clean as we wanted them to get. So we're just going to start here, and we're going to spray it with our degreaser, and then we're going to hit it with our steam cleaner. Now let's see what happens. Oh, wow. That is nice and clean. It's much better. Now, could dry ice do better? I'm sure it could. But for the cost, is it worth it? Well, it might be to you. But for me, I'll pass. I could spend $2,000 on way more interesting things on this car. Let's see what else we can clean on this side. All right, so we got a spot in the back by the window windshield wiper motor, kind of underneath it. Ideally, I would want to take it out and scrub everything and get the leaves out. Oh, there's a bolt down here. Wow. Get over here, bolt. Get over here, little bolt. Yeah. All right. Now I know what I can use to secure that in. Boom. I wonder how long it's been down there. Let's get some degreaser on that. Let's agitate the dirt. And then steam it. Now, if you want to see someone take that off and clean it with a toothbrush, you can find the finest toothbrushing work over at the channel Oh Yeah About That. Go check out his channel for the greatest toothbrushing you will ever see. He is an automotive dentist. Oh, there's a nut in there too. All right, let's try to rescue that nut. Is my magnet gonna reach it? Nope. Pliers. I'm finding all kinds of lost treasures in my engine compartment. It's amazing what happens when you clean it. Look at that. Ooh, look at that. All right. Yeah, this is going to be a thing that we do. I'm going to have to discharge the battery, or at least I can take that fuse off on the other side, that one over there. Take that fuse off. That will discharge the whole front of the car, and we can really get to work on this whole thing. But I'm really surprised and delighted at the results of this right here. It is, again, not perfect, far from perfect, but such an upgrade over what I had before. Wow. Well, initially I was going to ignore this for now, but ever since I discovered it, it's been bothering me. This rust, kind of annoying. So I'm going to go ahead and take a detour and fix this. So over on the driver's side, all I really need to do is get the cruise control module out of the way and get this motor mount off. I can throw the jack underneath the motor to support it while I do that. On the passenger side, there's not as much rust. But you see the stitch welds. So there's not as much rust here, but there is still some. I'm going to have to take off the proportioning valve, bring that back a little bit, and just really wire brush it and then shoot some primer on it. And later on, I'll circle back to this and do it better later. So later on, I'd like to pull the motor, pull everything out, and respray the engine bay. But obviously, that's not going to happen with my garage the way it is. So we're going to push that to a later date. And once I fix up the rust on this side, I'm gonna go inside the wheel well, see if there's any spots where light is kind of coming through. And I'll just put a dab of RTV inside the wheel well just to make sure water doesn't come in and seep through and cause more rust. As usual, it is worse than I expected, but I think considering this is a California car, it's gonna be decades before this becomes catastrophic. And if I'm going to completely eliminate the rust, it's also going to take a lot more work than I have the capacity for at this point in time. And even with the steam cleaning, I think this is good enough. I did a decent job. I might take one more pass in there behind the AC compressor line and around that bolt. But overall, I think this is a huge improvement with room to go later on because, you know, in order to really do this right, you got to take stuff out, and I'm not taking stuff out. So let's give this a little time to dry, and then I will get the rust encapsulator and we'll brush it over that little rusty spot. Okay, so rather than watch paint dry, let's move on to the other side and start to pull away at the proportioning valve and start to brush the rust over there so we can clean it up and get it ready to do the exact same thing. I've got the rust coated over here and on the strut tower bar. I went a little overkill on the strut tower, but I decided to just remove the bar altogether and get the area underneath it. The passenger side was a lot worse than the driver's side. Driver's side needed basically nothing, so I just cleaned up underneath the bar as best I could. I'll give it another try once everything is dry, and then we'll put this all back together. So I decided to bring the car out into light because we've only really seen it with a handheld light. And also, I wanted to get a better look so I could do some spot cleaning. Let's take a look at what we have so far. I did do some spraying here, so there's a little bit of water here. I didn't want to overdo it just because I have everything plugged in. The car's running now. You can see it's still quite dirty back there. But all of the spots that I've done, holy moly, it looks so much better. This looks way better. I put a little paint there because there was some rust. Cruise control looks better. The power steering pump looks better. The power steering line looks way better. The spark plug wires, the valve cover, the distributor, the cam angle sensor, it all looks so much better with the steam cleaning. And over here on the passenger side, I did that rust repair, filled in the hole with RTV on the other side and on this side, and that's just gonna be how it is for a while. Eventually I'll do a permanent fix on that, but in the meantime, that's gonna do the job. In these corners you can see, maybe I'll do a little more spot cleaning now that I've seen it. I do have the time to spare, but everything that I've been able to reach has come out really, really nice. Also, off camera, I decided to wash the car and wax it again, even though I did it just before JCCS, and I haven't really done anything with the car since then. I decided a second coat would be nice, and it looks incredible. I mean, obviously, pulling it out of the garage and into my dirt driveway, it is now covered in dirt, but on camera it presents very, very well. You can see some of the dirt over there though. And my apologies for the audio quality. I got a new phone, which hopefully you can see improve video quality, but audio quality is suffered because Apple changed to the USB-C, and my plug for my audio gear was still whatever it was called, Lightning or whatever. So I'm waiting on a new plug. Wow, this looks really good. So it appears that the connection to my hood squirter bar, if it will ever focus, is broken. So that's a future project. That is not something I'm going to take care of now. But it's also kind of something I already needed to address because the hood squirter bar itself is not very good. It's kind of warped, and it's just not on the hood very well. So the whole hood thing is going to be its own project for a future day. So the lesson learned, default settings for an iPhone camera are garbage. It's like Apple created all kinds of new features and then just put them on by default. So the cameras just look weird when you actually use them. So I had to delete my outro and I'm going to re-record it. But I am going to take advantage of this extra day that I need to spend and try to fix this problem. This will also give me an opportunity to make any further adjustments to my iPhone camera. So now that I've got it cleaned up, mostly, I have to take a wire brush to the edges of this thing to get off any more loose paint. And once that's done, I guess I'll cover this up so that I don't overspray onto the sticker, because everyone loves their stickers. But the sticker cleaned up nicely. Once I get that done, I don't know if I'm going to take this off. I might. I don't know. There's probably some mechanical thing on the other side that I don't want to disconnect, so I'm going to leave it. But I am going to clean this up with the toothbrush since I already have it. Mike, you're an inspiration. I'm becoming that guy. That's fine. I'll be that guy. I'll be that guy. So yeah, let's clean this up and start getting ready for... It's good enough. There's going to be a bit of a run on the right, and it's a little bit, you know, far from perfect. I'm going to put one more coat on this once this dries, and then we're going to call this good enough for now. Because obviously with all of the repair work I've had to do over the years under the hood, there's a lot that needs to be fixed. So eventually, someday, I'm going to pull this motor, pull everything out of here, clean everything up, and respray the engine bay. But that day is not today. So this is going to look how it looks. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up since I already have crossed the threshold to become toothbrush guy. I'm going to go ahead and clean that up with the toothbrush. And once I'm done with that, that should be dry and I'll be able to put it back on. So we're going to call that a video. Again, I'm very sorry about the audio and video mix-ups throughout this video. I got this new iPhone and the default settings are just an atrocity. So I'm still working that out. I also have to get a new audio cable because the new phone has USB-C and my current one that I'm recording this on right now has Lightning. So yeah, total nightmare getting this new equipment, but we'll work it out. And so what do I think about this project? Well, I'm really happy with the steam cleaner. It did a really great job on the car, and not only that, but there's just so much more value that I have beyond it. I can clean the car, I can clean the seats, I can, clean the couch, I can clean floors. There is so much more things I can do with this tool that it just made it so worth it. For what, 130 bucks? I mean, to be able to get this result out of it is just outstanding. I'm very happy with it. And with the rust repairs that I did, I made this car just less crappy. And now I'm getting to the point where it's actually worth it to take a toothbrush to this car. I mean, I never thought I would get there, but I'm starting to get there. And I really don't know what to do with that information. This is uncharted territory for me. This is all new to me. This is like next level stuff for me. With that, please, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, because I'm very, very close to being able to link my own merch store. And I have some really cool things in store for you guys. I've got t-shirts, I've got stickers, and I've got lots and lots of ideas in my head. I'm playing the role of, mechanic, content creator, editor, and now graphic designer and web developer. I mean, I am a web developer with my day job, but I'm doing all of this in addition to my day job as a software developer for mobile and web applications. So it's a lot that I'm taking on right now, and I'm doing it for the benefit of growing this channel, but also for my own satisfaction. This is a whole lot of fun, and I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do that. There's all these cars in my wasteland that I want to build and share and have fun with and really get better at. And your support makes all of that happen. Otherwise, I'm just an idiot in my garage. I mean, I probably will always be an idiot in my garage. So if you like what you see, like, share, subscribe, and comment. And if you don't like what you see, leave a comment anyway. We can have a discussion. And if I think you're really crazy, you'll become a meme of this channel. I'll poke fun at you, and you will be a part of history. Consider it an honor. You will be a legend. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.